The journey begins.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trucker That Board Games. Today is an exciting day here for me. I'm going to start the quest calendar 2026, saying the Souls of Saraku. I've never done one of these before, so I'm pretty excited. We're going to do them in 7 day chunks. We're going to do 7 days and 7 days. I'm not going to do it every day because I'll end up missing days. But with that being said, hopefully everybody had a great New Year's. Hopefully the year was great for you. If not, hopefully the next year will be better. And hopefully you'll come back week to week to see how the story unfolds. Um, I don't think there's too many branching storylines. So if you're playing along too, see what happens, see how well I fail. I usually am not good at rolling dice, so we'll see how this game goes. And with that being said, we're going to break into the opening story here. And it's the dark citadel looms in the wastelands of death and decay, a bleak monument to the overlord's unholy reign. From its from its heart, the soul crystal pulses with dark power, spreading maleficent across the land like a festering wound. Beneath its grim shadow, life withers, crushed in the overlord's iron grasp. Seated atop the throne of jagged obsidian, the Overlord broods, his mind swirling with vile schemes to sow even greater evil. How best to stretch his shadow over lands untouched by his wrath? A crow, black as the void, wings its way towards the citadel bearing grim tidings that may shift his plans. So, this is going to be how we have to resolve the first day, but we're going to go over the characters here. So we have Severus Mortis here, and his backstory is people fear death. I do not. I have studied it, unraveled its secrets, and made it my servant. Life is fleeting, but power is eternal. The strong command, the weak obey, and the dead whisper their secrets to those willing to listen. I am always listening. Severus Mortis was born into weakness. His body failed him before the world ever had a chance to. Sickly and frail, he watched as others thrived while he wasted away. The strong ruled and the weak suffered. He would not suffer. He saw power in places others feared to tread. The dead do not lie, nor do they judge. Among bones and forgotten graves, Severin uncovered truths hidden from cowards who feared the dark. His first success was small, a rat broken and twitching, but made whole and alive once more. It was proof life was not sacred. It was a puzzle, and he was learning how to solve it. The High Mage found him among the remains of his early experiments, half starved but brimming with knowledge far beyond his years. Instead of only destruction, he was given purpose. Under the Master's guidance, he sharpened his craft, bending death to his will. Severin does not seek championship, only control. The battlefield is his canvas, and the dead are his ink. He will not stop until he has achieved his final lesson. Not even the High Mage was standing in his way. One day he will master death itself. One day he will never die. I do like his backstory. This is his character sheet, which is on here, so we're not even going to worry about that. Yeah, I do like him. I think we're going to play as him. Um, I do like the art on this game too. So we're going to go with the next character that we could play as, who is Yaras Krogmeyer. Do not mistake me for a wicked or a wrenched crone. My skin may be withered, my bones may creak, but my will is eternal. I weave spells from shadows, bind creatures to my service, and brew potions that twist fate itself. Power is the only beauty that never fades, and one day the world will kneel to mine. Yaris Kragmeyer was born into a world that valued beauty above all else, a lesson she learned from a very early age. She was admired, adorned, and praised for her fair features, her honeyed voice, but beauty was fleeting, and the whispers of time were crueler than any blade. She saw the way admiration dulled into indifference, the way eyes that once lingered began to pass her by. She would not allow herself to be forgotten. Desperate, led into forbidden magic, to rituals that promised eternal youth in unending adoration. They lied. Her flesh shriveled, her eyes sank, and her voice turned to a rasp. She is no longer beautiful. She was something far greater. She now commands the dark arts with mastery few can rival. Bones speak for her, familiars obey her every whim, and her potions can either cure or kill with equal ease. She serves the overlord, not out of loyalty, but as a means to an end. Power is a tool, and she will use it to reclaim what was taken. One day she will become more than feared. She will be worshipped. Um, I do love her backstory, by the way. Such a great backstory. Um, I really want to play as her, but I think we're going to play as Severin here. This is a book where you can kind of log everything. It's actually pretty nice. It's definitely well made. I'm very impressed so far. So with that, we're going to go into our first story here, and it's Thursday, January 1st, 2026. Thorns Day, Deep Winter 1, New Year's Day. So there's little icons we can find on here. There's like money bags and pouches that you can get gold and resources from. Um, like this one, we there's a money pouch here, so we're gonna rob the crow. So we're gonna start out being evil, and with that you get to roll a d4, which is a 3. So it means I steal 3 gold, which is kind of weird. So we'll put our gold down here, and we have 3 right now. I don't get how we stole gold from the crow. Maybe it has a pouch on him. Starting out evil. The crow perches itself upon a window of the High Mage, the head advisor on all things magical to the Overlord. The High Mage takes the letter from the crow before shooing it away. Turning towards you, he commands you to decipher and encrypt the message and hands you the letter. You accept it and turn to the table and begin your task. How should you retrieve the message? By spell or cipher? And with that, this is basically how the game's going to work here. Um, you have to do, there's a rule here. So it says when presented with letters, you have to either do the letter A or B. So we're going to roll a d20, add our modifiers. Um, so with the traits that we have, check if it's appropriate, and then we have to basically see if we roll higher or less, just kind of like D&D. So with this one, we are going to decipher it with magic because our Severin here, he does have special abilities, which he has Arcane Adept, which adds 2 to a roll to handle with magic, non-combat. He has Arcane Knowledge, once per page reroll any d20 plus intellect roll. He has spells, which we have 2 spell points that we can use to cast spells, regain all the spell points when we rest. But his 2 that we have is Blight Touch. Use 1 spell point to add d4 damage to all attacks rolls for the page. And we have use Bone Shield, which use 1 spell point to add d4 to all defense rolls on a page. Which he has +2 defense, so that one's okay. And we'll see how it goes. We'll go over all this when we get to it. But right now he's kind of weak. He has -1 damage, -1 dexterity, 1 constitution, 3 intellect, 0 wisdom, and -2 charisma, which makes sense. He's messing with the dead. Probably not too likable. You would think he'd be, yeah, you think you'd have a little bit more. I'm pretty sure that's wisdom. You'd think he'd be a little bit more wiser, seeing how he's dealing with bringing back people from the dead, but I guess not. So with that, we are going to decrypt the message with magic. So we're going to roll a d20, and we get plus wisdom. So we could get plus wisdom, which will give us +0, but we do get 2. If we do magic, we get to add 2 to our rolls. So we'll do magic. We're going to decipher it with magic. So decrypt the message with magic. Roll a d20 plus wisdom. We don't have wisdom, but we do have the Arcane Adept, which adds 2 to our rolls. So we have 7 plus 2 is 9. So it says you reap deep inside yourself. To push and pull, add invisible threads of arcane power. You focus on the desire to uncover the true meaning in the message. So our result is 10 or less. So it says you fumble with the arcane threads, not showing your best skills here. You are eventually able to tease out the message, but with a struggle, reduce your health by 1. The magic reveals a message below. Okay, great way to start the year out. Uh, we we bumbled our first task, so we have 10 health. We go to 9. So hopefully this is not how we're going to start the campaign out here. Um, so it says a message is revealed. An army is arriving from across the sea. We could not hold them. They've taken the city of Saltwind and now march to the dark citadel. The High Mage addresses you. The army of light is at our doorstep. We must discern the size and strength of the force at once. Come, we shall cast a divination spell. So we bumbled our first task. Sounds about right. It's New Year's Day, so we were probably up late, you know. So might not be 100%. So with that, we will flip this over, and this will be our stuff that we have to resolve on this page. So Friday, January 2nd, 2026. Fruits Day, Deep Winter 2. This spell should be rudimentary. Even a troll with a hint of arcane talent could pull it off. If you couldn't help me, I'll get a new apprentice, scoffs the High Mage. We must prepare the spell. First, he pulls out a book on the shelf and flips through the page. Is before pushing it to your hands. Here, collect the ingredients, draw a ritual circle, and memorize the chant. Well, if you seen what we did last time, we might be a troll because we boned our first task. So here is a special symbol here, and it's a backpack. So what a backpack means is we get to roll a d6, and we're gonna look at a chart here. So we're gonna roll a d6 first. So we get a 1. And with that being said, we're gonna look at this chart, and we rolled a 1. So whenever we find a backpack, we will get to roll a die, and then we get to take one of these. So we rolled a 1, so we get a nightshade, and they actually have nice little spots down here. So we'll have 1 nightshade. So we stole from a bird. Now we're stealing ingredients. So I guess we are evil after all. All right, so now we have to go into this part. So it says gather. So it says roll. So when presented with numbers, you have to do all the tasks listed. So here, do 1, 2, and 3. So we begin at spell efficiency of 1. Note this down somewhere for further use. You may be able to increase the efficiency if you perform well at preparing the spell. So we'll just shorthand this for spell, and we're going to start at 1. And it says gather the regents. So we're going to go down here. It says gather the regents. Roll a d20, and we get plus wisdom, which our wisdom is 0. So you look at the list. So we're going to roll here first. So we get a d20, and we get a 6. Oh man. Okay, so you look at the list in the book, and the hundreds of unlabeled jars and herbs lining the shelves. This will be quite the task. Can you identify the ingredients collected? If your result is 10 or less. The unlabeled jars are no help. Many hold contents that are strange and unknown to you. You do your best to select those ingredients you recognize and guess at some of the others. Okay, so we botched that. Starting out real well. So we're going to do number 2, draw the ritual circle. So roll a d20 plus your dexterity. Okay, so we get a dexterity of -1. But we do get to use our arcane adept here, so we're going to get a +2. So we have 12 minus 1, 11 plus 2. So we got a 13. The ritual circle is an arcanic design filled with interwoven loops and fine details. The paint is concoction of blood and other rare ingredients. It is not forgiving and can be replaced at any time. The slightest mistake will not be easily fixed. So we did roll more than 11. You take your time, draw line every detail carefully. You waste no stroke and precisely draw a replica of the circle in the book. Increase your spell efficiency by 1. Keep this note somewhere for further use. So we are at efficiency number 2. We have 2 efficiency. Then we're going to go to number 3. Practice the chant. Roll a d20 plus charisma. Reminder, arcane adept. So that means we'll get to add 2 to the roll. So right now we have -2 charisma. Okay. So we have 19 minus 2, we go to 17, plus 2, we go to 19. So our rolls are getting better, that's for sure. The words are not difficult to memorize, but a spell of this caliber will require precision in your performance to implore the force of magic to bend to your power. You practice invocation and forcing your full will into the words. So we rolled more than 11. Your chanting turns melodious as you can already feel the forces of magic being charmed by your call. Increase your spell efficiency by 1. So we have a 3 efficiency. So not terrible. We didn't botch it completely. Okay. Didn't want to work for me there. All right, so that's day 2 done. Let's see what day 3, Saturday and Sunday, January 3 and 4, 2026. So Stars Day / Sunday, Deep Winter 3/4. You help the High Mage grind the ingredients and combine them into the pot. He mutters an incantation to bind them as dark energy begins to flow around your both. He sets an orb of obsidian on the ritual circle and starts to chant the words of the divination spell. So let's see. Number 1, we have to cast a spell, and we're going to get d20 plus arcane adept. So let's see what we got here. So plus our wisdom, we have nothing, but we are going to get 2 to the roll here. Oh, a d20. So that gives us a boon, actually. And a boon will let us, I have to look that up. There's something in the rules. I'll look up for it. So we do have to remember, I think we get d4. We get a plus d4 to a check. So d20 we automatically pass. So you join the High Mage in chanting, feeling the magic presence build like a storm around you. The spell must be flawless, or the consequences will be dire. So if the result is 7 left, nope. Ours is 15 or more. The words flow from you effortlessly, as though the spell itself is guiding your voice. You chant weaves streamlessly with the High Mages, forming a swirl vortex of magic. The crystal ball grows, enveloping the room in its glow. You're now among the enemy's army. Your vision is clear as you stand in their ranks. Increase your spell efficiency by 2. Nice. So we go to 5 now. And 2, learn more about the enemy at the gates. You divide the following information from your spell. Read up to the spell efficiency level you have achieved. So we're at 4 and higher. The enemy is led by 5 legendary heroes of light, celebrated across the realm for their acts of valor and righteousness. Each has played a hand in thwarting the Dark One's schemes in the past, unraveling his plans with cunning and strength. Now they stand united with a single purpose: to destroy the Dark One and shatter the Soul Crystal, bringing the end to his reign of darkness. For each spell efficiency above 3, gain 1 gold. So we're going to get 2 gold, which is nice. Now we're going to go to 5 gold. And I'll check in the rules for the boon. So when rolling a d20 to accomplish a task or a natural 1, the dice lands on a 1, you will always fail regardless of any modifiers you add to the roll. For an attack, you will miss enemy. Okay, conversely, if you roll a d20, you will earn a boon. This boon can add d4 to a future d20 roll. You may only use a single boon at a time. Rolling another natural 20 will not give you another one. Okay, that's nice. So it'll actually just give us a d4 roll. So if we have a tough roll, a tough task to complete, we could just add a d4 to it. Also with that, on Saturday and Sunday, it says in the book it's not going to be on there, but it's a lottery day, which I'm probably not going to do the first day. So Sunday is lottery. You have an option to partake in a lottery every Sunday, though this is not indicated on the pages. It is optional roll where you could gain or lose gold. Each Sunday you may roll a d6. You know what? Let's actually just do it just to try it out. So if you roll 1, you lose 2 gold. You roll a 2, you lose 1 gold. 3, gain a gold. 4, gain 2. 5, gain 3. 6, gain 4. Okay, so 2. So I lose 1 gold. And that's why I did not want to roll for the lottery, because my rolls are terrible. In any luck game, I try to stay away from dice. So we went from 5 to 4. I mean, I guess we stole the gold anyway, so it's not a huge deal that we lost it. And with that, that'll be our first chapter of 2026 Souls of Saraku. And with that, we'll end the video. Hopefully you'll subscribe, and I'll be putting these out, like I said, every week. So hopefully you'll follow me along in the journey. And with that, have a great day.